Hello everyone, Trigan here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Don't forget, if you like this video, tickle that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. So as you can see, we have a problem here. Both of these trains are outgoing planks. And just everything is stuck here. Actually, get off from there. See, I don't even know why. I guess this one must be just a little bit long enough that it's waiting for this to clear from here, and this is waiting from this to clear from here. I mean, we need to do some work here anyways, but I think we definitely have some work to do to ease the traffic problems here. Now, we do want to get double tracking going all the way, or quadruple tracking, I should say, all the way up here for our passenger route. And I think the best place to start for that is going to be right here. I would also like to put a separate platform right here. We got a platform going in each direction for this freight. I would like to put a separate platform for the wood that's coming in as well. For that matter, I think wood and steel both need their own platforms. Well, this is an interesting situation. Let's speed this up and let these guys get out of here first off. Okay, now pause this. All right, I'm going to, first things first here, let's go ahead and disconnect the passenger service from here. I was thinking I wanted to, well, actually, I really would rather disconnect the freight, come to think of it. That would be a lot easier. Let's do this. First off, let's go ahead and I'm going to disconnect this for now. What we're going to do, let's get all of this off from here. I'm going to try to push all this freight back and out of here. That way we get it back into the freight station at the city, and then it can pick up and continue with its journey once we start things back up again. Actually, I paused this guy. Let's take that off from there. And then we can just redo this once we have the station redone. Perfect. Okay, that looks good. Now, oh, and we're going to have to disconnect this side too. Though, fortunately, we don't have anything we need to worry about on here as of yet. Alright, that's good enough for the moment. Now, I think what I want to do is we're going to take these first two tracks here, and we're going to make the northernmost one here high speed. There, I'm going to take high speed off. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take that other one out. So let's go ahead and edit this. And we're going to take all of this out. And I'm going to put a platform here. It's going to suck somewhat that the platform will be half in use by the track that's not actually going to use it, but you know, what can you do? It is what it is. Do this. Wonder if I should replace the platform on the north side there. Is that, yeah, that's an older one. I might do that. See, and that's our passenger. And then I think we could just redo this sort of as we had it with 4 tracks here. And this will be our normal freight for the outgoing stuff. Actually, you know what? Nothing is going to be passing through here, so I don't even need to do that. But we're going to put in 4 tracks separated by platforms, and that way we'll be able to have our outgoing and our incoming. Okay. So I actually did replace this platform, and I added some more buildings on since we're sort of losing a little bit of storage space there. So this is going to be just a pass through for our passenger tracks here. So let's grab this. We got no electric on it. Let's see. Oh. I don't think I can really... Well, I suppose I could do that. Let's try this. Can I make this straight? No, if I make it straight, it's still going to be messy. I think that's just the way it's going to be. So that'll be our passenger route right there. And let's go ahead and widen this a little bit. Well, there we go. And then we can go ahead and actually, let's cut this back just a little bit further. And then we can, whoops. Why did that not work? Okay, looks like I need to add a little bit there, but let's go ahead and start with this. Yep. Right. Actually, you know what? Right there might be a little easier. Boy, I tell you, that, even that looks wrong. So let's try this here. All right, let's try that. Let's widen this just a little bit here. And then this, we're going to widen more right there. There we go. And then we'll grab this and bring it down to... Yeah, let's bring it to there. And then we'll slip off a bit to go straight through. But I think this will be the easier way to do this and have it look nice. So we're going to go that. And then all the way up to that. Okay. I would rather have had them together, but that's just not going to happen the way this is set up. And then this here will be, come on, right there. Like that. And it doesn't like that. Okay. Why did it cause this little weird separation here? Fix that real quick. Nope. There we go. So let's do it the other way instead. So we'll cross around here somewhere, it looks like. Though it still doesn't like that. That's as far as it's going to let us do it. Well, that sort of sucks. I wanted it to be a lot smoother transition. Can I get it to connect up here somewhere? No. Let's do this then. Let's go here. There we go. Just like that. This way it will be a smoother transition off from there. There we go. And then this comes back to there. There. And that works. So this, I do not need any diamond switch or anything. Same thing with that one. This one, I'm actually only going to be using one side of this. Although I suppose I could allow both sides. And then do the same thing with the wood coming from the other direction. But I want them all connected through. Okay, so that is fine. I think right here. Let's see, let's put this right here. And this right here. Oh, yeah, I did put one away. Okay. Not for a moment there, I'd forgotten to do that. Go. Delete those. And that should have put, I guess we only need the one on here. All right. And then let's do the same thing right here. We can just delete this one and use it as our starting point. Oops. I forgot to turn it back on. All right. There we go. Goes right to there. There we go. And I feel like we should have one right here, too. There we go. So now, see, this is what on this route? That's one. So we want 2 on the south side here. So 2 will go down to 4. This will go down to 3. Passenger's just going to go straight through. Steel we'll put on 6. Wood we'll put on 5. Okay, so that should be good. Once we get this side reconnected, it should be fine. We've got 2 trains here, I think, going the other way. Yep, both Fort Mackinaw. Yeah. Great. None of this is going to line up right. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to see where this comes out here. Yeah, it's going to be right in the middle. It's going to be the wrong place no matter what I do. Okay, we're going to do this and have this side be the passenger. And I guess I need to fix this too. Turn the auto sig back on. That there. That right there. Okay, that looks good. And then what we'll do here, let's do this. Just to make this neat, I'm going to do this. Go. Perfect. There, we can take that off, and then we can go ahead and actually, you know what? I meant to actually leave that. Hang on. I wanted it to go into the tunnel this way. That was interesting. It did not want to work right. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like doing it with the extra tracks here kept that open all the way. That's what I wanted. I got that all hooked up, so that looks good. Now, can we just swing over here to this? Yeah. I wish I had a little bit more room for this, but this will have to work. What did it not like about that? It's very odd. What does it not like about that? I swear, it's always something. Last time I didn't like it because I started with the other side. This time it doesn't like it because I started it with this side. Okay, let's do this, like that there. Then take this side and connect it there. And put a little diamond switch on here. There. Okay, so that's all set. So now that will work too. All I need to do is get signals on all of this, and then this side of things is fixed. All right. All the signals and everything seem to be in place correct here. Now, we're going to do this. This is going to get disconnected entirely. Yeah, let's disconnect it all the way back to here. Oops. No, wait, I can't do that. I've got trains on there. I can't disconnect them from where they're supposed to be. And we got a mix of freight and passenger traffic here that's going to have to be split up. Okay, that looks pretty good there. This, and I want to leave these unconnected after this, because these do not need to be connected to each other. There's just no reason for them to be. There we go. This stuff is going up there. Well, we do need to get new trains onto here, but otherwise this stuff, the oil is going up this direction, and that's it. That's all that's coming through here is the oil. So let's go ahead and shove these guys back. We gotta redo the output off from this station here, because we no longer want them to be merging. Okay, I think the easiest thing is going to be to hump this over the other tracks rather than trying to make the other ones cross these. There we go. We can leave that like that. And actually, that going to there seems like a good setup. Okay, tracks, high speed. So now we're going to come off from here. And we're going to be connecting onto these tracks up here. How does that look? Okay, I guess. Not perfect. Give me that. There we go. Yeah, more like we want to be about there. Once again, we don't have our little lines that we're supposed to have over here. Okay, so let's do this. If I can find the existing track. There we go. Now we'll grab this one. Oh, there. Now we got our line. It does not seem to be in the right place at all. That looks pretty good. So we'll stick with that one. That there. And then this comes around and connects to here. We go to our low-speed track. And we're going to come around. Can I just bring it all the way? Yeah. There we go. There. And we are going to have to deal with getting trains onto the right tracks, like I said. But other than that, that should be fine now. Okay, let's go with that. And this. And there we go. Okay, so the freight's reconnected, passengers reconnected. We got to get signals into all of this, but otherwise this looks good. So this right here is the one where we have a spot we have to do something. We got to have that there. So let's go ahead and use... This is our guide to where to place everything. Well, that's not too bad. There, how does that look if I do that? Yeah, I think that worked pretty good. Let me just take off these couple extras right here. And let's see. These are going to wait. And right here, we're just going to have that right there. These we're going to leave alone. The south side should be okay for now. I may make some changes to this, but that'll be afterwards. All right. Let's look at the actual trains and see where we have problems. Oh, that's not reconnected yet. Let's do that. So this, we should be able to just jump over here. No, really? I can't get it up high enough? Shut up, Growler. Ass. Okay, let's see here. Let's assume that I am going to... Let's just run a track like right here. And then we'll try to connect this over to here. Wherever it is. There it is. Does that give us enough room? Yeah, that does give us enough room to get this going. Looks a little lopsided though. But I think it's what it needs to be. So put that there. Like that. Oops. There we go. And this down to here. Now, yeah, you are in the wrong place. Let's do this. It should be able to just delete these tracks and it'll push him off from here, and then we can push him back to where they connect, because this does not need to run through the station at all. It was a handy way to do it when we did it before, and it just jumped over to an entirely different track. Why? You jerk. Now I'm going to have to get rid of you. I'm going to figure out where you belong first. Okay, let's trim that back a little bit, and then I can trim this back. And there we go. Actually, I think I need to trim this direction more. There. This still looks funky. Hang on. No, I guess it's not. It's something. It looks like it's humped higher here than here. But you know what? I'm not going to screw with it. It is what it is. I don't think anything's actually going through here anymore. I think it's just these trains just going onto this platform. So let's just do this. Yep. And we'll take that one out. It's unnecessary. There's that one. I did manage to rescue that oil train. I just made a temporary connection so we could get from here over to here. And then just deleted it as soon as that train was across. That's nice. I like seeing these guys just pass overhead without interfering with anything else. And I've got one more crossover track I put in right here for freight that was on the old track, which is now the passenger track. So, all right, our passenger trains are no longer going to be held up by freight, and you can see how big a change that's going to make. Look at that passenger train just racing by him. Wow. I want to... Let's see. Yeah, let's get on here. If I can. I want to see what kind of view we got right here off the side of the train. That is actually really cool. I love it. Oh, that's a big hump over there. I got a lot of humpy mountains on this map.
You made the map.
Yeah, I know. I apparently made it very humpy. I love the wash, the little white cap here that we get on the shoreline. Okay, and then that goes around here. This does what it's supposed to do. You know what? For now, I'm just going to leave these each with their own one uh, uh, track or platform. We'll see if we need to change that later on. So far, so good. We had one train on here. I now have three on here because this thing was putting out so much steel. There was just no way. So yeah, it's already reached its maximum growth. It still has, more to go in shipping out, but it's able to get enough steel now to get full production. And it looks like our freight trains are having an easier time now emptying the outgoing stuff from here. Because we didn't lose anything, because we kept platforms here the whole time. So there were platforms here for the outgoing machines to sit on. So they have actually shipped out all of those machines. Well, if everything look over here. It's going pretty good, I think. We don't have a whole lot of people here waiting, considering how many we have waiting at other stops. This right here. Well, this right here is looking pretty low, too. We are speeding the trains up. Maybe that's it. We've just got the trains going so much faster now that they're managing to keep up with the traffic flow. And this seems to be, well, maybe not. I thought we were finally getting caught up with it. Oh, yes, that's one of the things I wanted to do. I want to take this off and give it its own track again, because there's just so much traffic coming in for this. We really need that space. So let's go ahead and we'll just... I think what I'm going to do... since that is our outgoing for our lumber, I'm going to put an extra platform right here. And then we'll put our incoming track for the lumber right here. There. And then all we need to do is disconnect all of this. So this is going to have to be redone, obviously. There. And we'll go ahead and grab this and just come down to here. Yeah, right around here is fine. I think we don't need to connect it to the end, do we? No, I think it's better if I connect it further down. Let's do this. Nope. Let's go one further. No. I'm going to do this. You know what? We'll just go with that right there. It seems to be the best compromise in speed. Okay, that's all set. One more thing I want to do is this here. I'm going to delete this. And then what we're going to do instead is this. Let's run this all the way down here. Let's say to about there. So we get just past that. There. Then, can I get you guys to get out of my way? Well, you're going to get out of my way and get into my way at the same time. Alright, that's perfect right there. And then we will just come off from here. This, oops. Come on. There. And we'll put that right there. I think this will be fine. Yeah, I sort of feel like I need to have one here too. And maybe just... Wait, how long is this here? This train is our train length that we need to worry about. Yeah, I better put one here too. I don't want it to see anything that's sitting here. So if a train comes in here and parks and waits for this, then I want it to ignore that and not stop things up here. There. That gives a little bit more room for trains coming in and going out to work with all of this without getting stuck. All right, this is all running now. It's our steel coming to a stop to wait. There's a train sitting in there filling up. I'm going to have to check on that and just sort of see. I might need to shorten those trains a little bit. Obviously, we had too much for one train or even two trains, but not enough for three trains. So I'll have to balance that out. But otherwise, everything seems to be running fine, and we've got a nice little view here that's being enjoyed by our freight traffic. Yeah, well, there was no way to put our passenger traffic here, so I guess that's the way it's going to be. But that is it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to tickle that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.